Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fig, and you're listening to Attacking the Beats on IllMuzik.com. So here we are once again. I've got another 5 beats to review this time, and I'm going to do it right now. You know, I'm pretty backlogged here. There's a lot of beats. I mean, people just keep sending this stuff in, which is great, right? I mean, you guys obviously want to have your beats reviewed, so that's what I'm trying to do here. And, yeah, but, you know, sometimes the weather gets in the way because, you know, I'm trying to record this shit, and you know, it's just sometimes it's so hot out there. I gotta put the AC on, and it's like I'm sitting here. It's like I don't want to turn it off, right? And I don't want to keep it on because if I'm recording, you're gonna hear this. You know, you don't want to hear that, right? So anyway, so if it's really hot, you know, then I'm not gonna review. I'm not gonna do the show. So that's why, like in the wintertime, it's better. But anyway, so let's get right to it. First up, we've got Leo Later. Okay, Leo Later with Bounce is BK. All right, let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Leo Later. Why do I keep saying later? Look, I'm sorry, man. I don't know if it's later or later. Anyway, with Bounces BK. All right, so first of all, I love the synth. I love the synth at the beginning. That's really cool. I like that. I like the way you use it. And then the drums drop in. I mean, it's just, you know, it's hard hitting. It's a head nodder. It's good. But, you know, when you did have that part that just kept, you know, repeating later on, like the other synth part or whatever that came in, it just ended abruptly. So if you could just fix that, you know, just put some kind of delay or even reverb or something, just put something on it just to make it a little longer, so it just fills out a little more. And I do like the vocal snippet here and there and stuff. That was really good. I like that. But the main thing I didn't like was the bass, because honestly, in for this beat, you don't need a bass line. You know, I mean, I've done that, you know, in the past where I had a beat and I threw in a bass line anyway, and I didn't really need it, because with your drums, especially the kick, you know, when you have a heavy kick like that, you don't necessarily need a bass line. You know, and if you do, just make it a very light bass line. It doesn't have to be anything heavy, and it doesn't have to be like a lot. You know, you just have to have like just something here and there and stuff. It could just be at the beginning, just go do, you know, just at the beginning of each bar, let's say. and that's enough, you know, like, because, you know, really, I mean, a lot of guys forget that, right? I mean, a lot of producers, and, well, ladies too, I should say ladies. There's a lot of beat makers and producers out there that are women too. But you know, a lot of people forget about that you don't always need a bass line. So just remember that. But other than that, I like that. And then when you had that change up halfway through the beat there, where it was a little, it sounded like that distorted type of sound, that was good. But what I liked was in the background, I could kind of hear this nice synth part that you kept playing through, and I like that. I mean, if you could use that all throughout your beat, I mean, the synth part, you know, use that all throughout your beat, that'd be really nice. I'd like to hear that. So in other words, the main part of your beat, keep that going without the bass line, and add some kind of nice synth string type thing going on and stuff. Just try that, or even just like a Rhodes keyboard or something. Just so. Anyway, just try that. See how it sounds. But I like it. Good beat. All right. So next up, we've got Music Maker 898 with Helen Smith. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Music Maker 898 with Helen Smith. All right, so for this one, you've got this nice sample you're using, and it's really good. I like it. But here's the thing: it's the drums. Okay, the drums. That's the thing. Honestly, this is what you should do. Okay, just take out the drums completely. Okay, have that sample the way you have it, except, you know, just like I was just saying previously. Make sure the sample doesn't cut right off like that. Okay, just fix it with a delay or something, so it fills it out more. And so keep playing the sample like that. But then for the drums, get rid of them completely and have a drum break. Okay, so find yourself some kind of breakbeat drum break and throw that there with that sample. And trust me, it's going to sound so much better because it's a good sample you're using. Okay, I like the way you flipped it. It's good. But honestly, that's what I tell people. Like, if you're having trouble with the drums, I mean, I still have trouble with drums, right? You know, it's hard to get them going with certain samples. So a good thing to do is, there's two options here. You can either use like a breakbeat drum break, okay? Use that with the sample, and it's going to sound so much better, right? Because drum breaks are just fucking awesome, right? So just use that. Or if you're tired of doing that, use it anyway. Use the drum break anyway, but then try to play your own drums to go along with that drum break. Like, in other words, you're trying to recreate it a bit, okay? But you put your own little flip on it. And, in a way, it's a good way to do it because it's a way of learning, right? You're trying to learn how to make your drums a little more exciting and stuff. So, because with the drums you're using, I didn't like them. The kick was very, very heavy, very thumpy. And the snare just didn't go right with that sample, okay? Because it's like, it's like an old it sounds like an old soul sample type of thing. So that snare didn't go with it. I would have liked to heard a more of like a smacking compressed snare, if you will. So but anyway, start with a drum break first. Start with a drum break, see where it goes, and put that with that sample. It's going to sound really, really good. Trust me. All right, so next up we've got Nomad with Run It. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Nomad with Run It. Okay, so you got the nice synth pad going. Okay, you got a nice pattern going. I like it. It's a decent pattern. It's clean, but the way it is, I would have used it more subtly. I mean, just use it very, very subtle. I wouldn't have it as the main part of the beat. Okay, so when the drums came in, the drums are just very, very low key in the mix. You know, they're not really doing much. Okay, so like I was just saying with the previous beat, I mean, it's hard to get some nice drums going sometimes. I mean, I get stuck sometimes too. But in this case, I was expecting, because of the way you had this synth pad going, I was expecting some nice drums coming in. Okay, it's like a nice kick, a smacking snare. Okay, something like that. But the ones you're using were very, very I can say boring, I guess, but just very, very, lazy, I guess, whatever. But anyway, but the other thing is the mix. Okay, when the kick was hitting, it was really distorted. Okay, so you got to make sure you check that. I don't know if you had a bass with that kick at the same time. I don't know, but it was very distorted. So check that in your mix. That's super important. But for the drums, I mean, really, get a hard hitting drum kit. Okay, kick, snare, hat, get that going. And for this, I would say throw in some cymbals, maybe even some toms. Throw that in there, and just come up with something nice. Like I was just saying to the previous one. Who was it previously? It was to Music Maker. You could use a drum break and just follow that and try to recreate that, but with your own drums. Something like that. And anyway, but for the synth, use it low key. Okay, so just lower the volume, put it in the background. Around 120, you had those keys, those little keys, whatever that was. That should be the main part of your beat. I mean, that sounded nice. I like those keys. It sounded really, really fucking dope. So try that and put that somehow as the main part of your beat. The synth is in the background, just chilling there, and with a nice hard-hitting drum track. Okay, and you don't necessarily need a bass line in that case. You know, it depends on the drums, like I was saying before. I mean, if your kick is very heavy, you don't necessarily need a bass line, but you can. Okay, so I mean, since you're using a synth pad, I'm assuming you're using a keyboard here. So, you know, you got bass on there. Try some bass. You know, it could even be a saw bass. I don't know, something like that. But try that. But anyway, so I don't want to repeat myself, but still, you know, so. Put that shit in the background, the synth. Get those little key things as the main part of the beat, and tighten up the drum track, because the drums you have now, like I said, they're kind of lazy, and the kick is very, very distorted with every time it comes in and stuff. So check the mix. All right. Okay. So next up we've got Vase with Sunsets. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Vase with Sunsets. All right, so that's a good name for this beat, because listening to this beat, it sounds like something I'd play if I'm chilling, you know, in my mansion on the beach, which I don't have. But, you know, I buy a lotto tickets sometimes, so you never know. But, anyway, yeah, okay, so I really like this beat. It's really good. You got nice synths that you're using. The drum work is great. Using a lot of synths here and there and stuff. Around the 1 minute mark, that's when the beat comes alive, and that's what I like, because it's just what you weren't repeating yourself. Okay, so around the 1 minute mark, it just comes alive. The hat starts, you know, going faster and stuff, and then you have that other synth coming in afterwards, like for the rest of the beat, and the way you're playing that, it just sounds really, really good. The one thing though is the mix. I mean, it's a good mix. Everything's placed well, but it's very, very loud. So I would check that. Okay, so just work on that part. I mean, make sure it's. I mean, it's okay to put it in the red, you know, but not too much, because, you know, when I put these beats here in my mixer, I mean, it's like way in the red and stuff. So, and because of that, I mean, your snare is very, very hard hitting. Okay, it's a little too loud, because every time it was hitting, I was almost blinking. Okay, so, but if I were you, I'd just, you know, keep the snare in check and just make sure the mix is not that loud, because it's very, very loud stuff. So, but it's not distorted, but it's just loud. So, but yeah, dope beat, man. I like this shit. It's a sunset beat. I like that. All right, next up we've got the last beat. It's Viraleaks. Is that Viraleaks? Or is it Viral Eeks? I don't know. with Cyan Pride. Let's check it out.
Get out of my head! I already told you. I will not be distracted from this anymore. I won't. It will take more than head games to stop me. You may have invaded my mind and my body, but there's one thing a Saiyan always keeps. His pride!
All right. Okay, so that was Vera Leaks, the Saiyan Pride. All right, so with this beat, okay, at the beginning I was like, okay, what's going on with this drum track here? It's like it's all over the place. It's like, okay, what's going on here? This guy, is this guy on something here? But you know what? Then I realized it's just your intro and stuff. But when the beat finally dropped in, I was like, okay, here we go. Nice drum track. I really like the drums. I like the sound of the drums. I like the drum pattern. The hat could have been lowered a bit. It's a little too loud. And the horn you're using, it's good. I guess that's a horn sample you're using all the way through. And I like it. It's really good. It's just that it does get a little repetitive, right? I mean, just it's the same one over and over and stuff. So you could change it up, or you could add something else in, because the whole beat is really, really good. I like it. Okay, it's just that the horn, like I said, it does get a little repetitive. But the drum work is very good. The bass line, it's there. I can hear it. I mean, there's got to be a bass line, right? It sounds like there's a bass line. And it's good because if there is, right? I mean, it sounds like there is, but if there is, it's very subtle. So I like that. It's just sitting there in the mix. It's really nice. But I think what you should try is try to add something else. Like maybe a piano would work if it's the right type of piano. But actually, I think what would probably really work would be like some kind of electric guitar or something. Try that, like a rock guitar or something. Try that, because I think that would probably fit this type of beat very well. Okay, I mean, actually, maybe not a piano, no, but try the guitar and try that, and I think that would really fit the bill here and stuff. So, but yeah, I love it, man. Especially the drum work, very, very good. So, all right, okay, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Don't forget to send your beats for the next show and the show after that and after that. And I'll try my best to review them. And make sure you go to the forums. Check out the forums and post some shit. I know a lot of people don't want to post. They want to just sit back and read stuff. And that's cool. But you know what? Come on, man. Just post some shit. Get involved, man. It's the ill community. All right. So that's it. And my favorite beat this week. The winner is... Drum roll, please. Bass with Sunsets. Let's check it out.